Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today we're going to be doing a cash envelope stuffing with the paycheck that I received on June 24th, 2021. If you guys are interested in seeing that, please stick around. Okay, so if you guys watched my last budget with me, which I can link right up here, you'll know that I was very confused and really didn't have a definitive plan for my paycheck that I received on June 24th, 2021. Of course, I knew that I had to pay my bills, put money aside for my variable expenses, contribute to my sinking funds, and then put some extra money towards savings. But because I'm going on vacation July 3rd, which is in the pay period for this paycheck, I was a little confused about what I was going to do with my variable expense money, as well as what I was going to do with the money that I've been putting aside for my vacation. I have come up with a plan. I do now know what I'm going to do. I did talk about it in my budget with me, and so, just to kind of make sure it's very clear what I'm going to do, I did not remove any cash for my variable expense cash envelopes from the bank. I am not going to. On June 24th, I'm actually filming this on the 25th. On June 24th, I transferred $500, $200 for groceries, $50 for eating out, $50 for gas, and $200 for miscellaneous from my main checking account to my variable expense checking account. Usually I only transfer $200 for groceries to that account. This paycheck, I transferred all $500. I'm going to be keeping cashless trackers in my wallet to keep track of any money that I'm spending from this variable expense checking account and what category I'm taking it out of. Once I leave on vacation on July 3rd, however much money I have in that variable expense checking account will no longer belong to a category. I'm just going to consider it whatever sum of money it is, and I'm going to use it as I need to and want to while I'm on vacation. Now, I am going to receive a paycheck on July 8th. And I will be away until July 17th. With that paycheck that I'm going to receive on July 8th, I will once again be transferring $500, all the cash that I set aside for my variable expenses, to that variable expense checking account. Now, my goal is to not touch that money because when I come back from vacation on the 17th, I still have several days before I get paid again. So I'm going to need that money when I get back. But it will be sitting in my variable expense cash envelope, separate from my regular checking account. That way, if I need to touch it while on vacation, I can, and I know exactly where I'm taking it from. As you guys know, if you've seen my previous budget with me's and cash envelope stuffings, I funded the majority of my sinking funds for 2021 back in May. The only sinking fund that I am still contributing to right now is my car maintenance sinking fund, because I consider that a rolling sinking fund that does not have a goal. I was contributing $25 a pay period to it. I am now contributing $50, and you're going to see me stuff that envelope today. I also decided that the $300 I was setting aside with this paycheck for spending on vacation, for spending while I'm in Disney, I was going to remove it in cash. I'm going to put it in a cash envelope, and that is the main money, the main cash that I'm going to be using while I'm away on vacation. Yes, I'll have whatever's left of this variable expense money when I go down. And yes, I'll technically have $500 from my July 8th paycheck in variable expense money, but I'm going to try not to touch that if I don't need to, and instead just focus on using the cash that I've been saving specific to Disney. So I do not have a lot of cash here because we're really only stuffing 2 envelopes, but I thought it was worth making this video so that you guys can kind of like understand what I'm planning on doing with my money, especially since my budget with me was all over the place. I did want to give you guys a little bit of an update on my emergency fund. So if you've seen my previous videos, you know that I do have an emergency fund already. It's a separate checking account that I have with my bank, but I decided that I wanted to continue building that emergency fund, but I didn't want to feel like I was taking away from my number 1 savings goal, which is my house savings goal, in order to do that. So what I decided is that at the end of every pay period, whatever unused cash I have in my eating out, gas, and miscellaneous envelopes, which are the 3 variable expense envelopes I take cash out for, I will, instead of depositing that back into my checking account and transferring it to my house savings account, I will put it in this emergency fund envelope. And slowly I will save up to adding another $1,000 to my emergency fund. At the end of this pay period, which was the 23rd of June, I only had $3 left over in my variable expense cash envelopes. So I did add those to this envelope. I now have $86 for this addition to my emergency fund. And since I don't have a bunch of envelopes to stuff, I thought it would be kind of nice to count this. So for my emergency fund cash envelope, I have 50, 60, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I currently have $86 in this emergency fund cash envelope, and once I get to 1,000, I will deposit it into my bank account and then start all over again, as long as I feel like it's been working well for me. I know it's going to take a really long time to get to $1,000. I tend to use the vast majority of the cash that I have in my variable expense cash envelopes, but again, I'm not in a rush. I already have an emergency fund. This is just to add to it. So I'm going to put that aside, and I wanted to first add to my car maintenance sinking fund. I currently have $325 in my car maintenance sinking fund. I have yet to update my tracker. I will definitely do that after this video. I'm going to be putting $50 in, and I'm going to be doing that in a $50 bill. So that should put us at $375 if my math is correct. So I'm going to add that here, and then we'll count that together. 100, 150, 200, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 390. Oh, wait, I counted wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 395. I must have counted wrong somewhere, right? Let's see, hang on. So I have 100, 150, 200, 250. Oh, maybe, you know what, guys? I'm going to pull out that 50 and I'm going to add it at the end. So let's see. 150, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 350, 370, 371, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 375 in here. I probably was counting right the first time, but just confusing myself. So there's $375 currently in my car maintenance sinking fund, and I'm hoping that I don't need to use any of this until I think September is when I'm due for another oil change. So again, I will update this tracker on the back, and I'll actually be able to color in another line here on my tracker in the front. So for the next envelope, it's going to be my Disney envelope, the cash I'm going to be bringing with me to Disney to spend. This is my current Disney sinking fund. This is when I was actually saving up for the trip. My tracker's like all filled in and everything. I do have this little post-it on here because I booked my hotel through Expedia, and so they don't charge you for the resort fees when you're booking. So when I get down to Disney, I'm actually going to owe $336 for the resort fees for the 2 weeks my mom and I are down there, and then $192 for the week that my best friend and my sister are down there. I factored this into what my mom, my sister, and my best friend owed me in reimbursing me for the trip, because I did make like all of the reservations and then they reimbursed me. So that cash is in here. But and I should have $12.50 in here. That's what my tracker says. I haven't updated it with the 300 that I'm going to be putting in. So yeah, so even though it says $12.50 here, 336 plus 192 of that is not spending money for me. It has to be used to pay those resort fees. So I'm going to count this. I'm adding $300 to it. Here's the 300. But I also want to kind of factor out this cash here, and then so that you guys will know exactly like how much spending money I have for when I'm down in Disney. And I've just realized that I don't have my calculator here. So you know what? Let me just grab my calculator quick, and then we'll count it, and then we'll see exactly how much of what's in here I have for spending. So give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I am back with my calculator. I've added in the $300 that I'm contributing to this Disney sinking fund with my paycheck on 6/24/21. And so I should have $12.50 plus 300, so $15.05, sorry, $12.05 plus 300, so $15.05 in here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,450, 1,500, 1,505. So I do have 1,505 in here. Now, again, 336 and 192 of that is resort fee money that I need to pay when we get down there. So if I have 1,505 and I subtract the 336 and also the 192, I have $977 of spending money for the 2 weeks that I'm down in Disney. And I do think that's going to be more than enough. I had said in a previous video that I don't really buy a lot of like gifts or souvenirs when I'm down in Disney because I go pretty frequently, but I do need to have obviously enough money to cover food for 2 weeks. So $977 of this cash is spending money for me. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to separate the money that is due to the hotel for the resort fees from my spending money. So if I had 336 plus 192, that equals 528. I don't have the proper change for that. Although maybe, do I have singles in my car maintenance sinking fund? Let's see if I have 5 singles in here, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So I'm just going to switch this. That way I can maybe make this work right. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Oh, no, I still can't make it work. Hang on. Let me put these hundreds back. Let me see if I can exchange one of these 50s for 2 20s and a 10. I don't know that I'm going to have it, but nope, I don't have it in my car maintenance sinking fund. I might have it in this emergency fund. Let's see. No, I don't. Oh gosh. 20. And then this is $10. No, that's only 30. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to actually separate it completely right now. I do have cash in my other sinking funds. Maybe I should go look. Okay, I know I've stopped this video a million times and now it's running like super longer than it should, but give me 1 second. I'm going to try to find change. Okay, so it took me a few minutes, but I went into some of my other cash envelopes for my sinking funds, and I was able to find a 20, 2 10s, and then 10 singles to make up $50 and swapped it out with a $50 bill. So I'm now going to add that in here. That way I can, I'll have the proper denominations that I need to split the the money that I owe the hotel for resort fees from what I have for spending money. So I'm going to be taking out $528 for the resort fees. So, and I want to do it with these older ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. And then I need a 20. And then I need 8 singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So that should be $528 there. And I'm just going to count it again just to make sure. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this is the $528 that I owe the hotel and resort fees. My plan, because I'm not sure if they'll take cash the day that we check into the hotel, is actually to deposit this into my checking account. And then I'll just use my debit card when I get to the hotel. So I'm going to put this back into this cash envelope. And I will make sure that I update this tracker down here just to reflect everything that I'm doing. With what's left over, which should be $977, I believe. Let me do that again. 1505 minus 528 equals $977. So let's see if we have that here. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 950, 960, 970, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So with this $977, this is my spending money while I'm down in Disney. I'm going to try to just use this, but I will have variable expense spending money in my variable expense checking account if I need it. I actually made a cash envelope for it. So the Budget Mom will sometimes in her weekly newsletters include a freebie cash envelope. And a couple of weeks ago, she included a document that had 3 different tropical cash envelopes. And they are vertical cash envelopes, which I prefer horizontal. But I found a way to kind of use the vertical template and the vertical envelope to make a horizontal envelope. So I printed this one out. I really like the pattern on it. And I cut it a little bit differently and glued it a little bit differently to make it a horizontal cash envelope. I added my own little budget, my own little tracker on the back. I didn't design this. I got it off Etsy like years ago and I just had them sitting in my room. So I glued it on the back and I'm going to put this $977 in there. Oh no, did I make it? Tell me I made it too small and I'll absolutely laugh. Let's see. I think it's just because it's so much cash. I've done this before for like my variable expenses. I think it's just because there's like so many singles and like so many smaller bills, but that works. Okay, perfect. So I was able to fit all of that cash in here. I will update the tracker on the back. And then while I'm making purchases down in Disney, I'm going to try to keep track of this. I'm not going to track like every single thing because honestly, coming back and then adding all of that into my like, expense trackers would just be too much. So what I'm planning on doing is just having a running total of like every day what I spend. That way, you know, when I get home, like I can know how much I spent every day and then how much I spent for the whole trip. So I put that money in there, $977. That's what I'm going to try to stick to for my spending while I'm in Disney. I'll have some variable expense cash if I need it, but I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to stick with just this. And so that was my cash envelope stuffing. Guys, I thought it was going to be like so clear. Like I have a plan. I know what I'm going to do while I'm on vacation. Yes, yes, yes. And I thought this video was going to be like so short. And it ended up being long because I just didn't have the denominations I needed. So thank you for your patience. Thank you if you're still watching this. But I will try to be back next week with a budget with me. No, that's a lie. With a plan with me. And then I think there's going to be a little bit of a break in my uploading because I'll be away. I was thinking about doing some type of like vlog style video, but honestly, I just want to enjoy my trip. I haven't been on vacation in quite a while. I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to have to worry about like recording this or filming that. So I think I'm just going to enjoy my trip and then come back to you guys with budget with me's for July and plan with me's for July when I get back. As always, I would love to hear from you guys. So put comments down below if you have any questions or suggestions for me, and please be safe. Bye everyone.